Hi, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to be doing some glutes, hips, and side leg series, all of which are wonderful for keeping your hip mobility, strengthening your glutes, all of your glutes, because we have lots of different muscles back there, which help support your low back, as well as a side leg series to help strengthen and lengthen those muscles and help the knees stay nice and stable. So let's get started. I always like to start with a little bit of stretching before I get into some bigger exercise movements. We're going to go ahead and stagger our legs. Stretch feels amazing, so at least get this part in. We're going to bring one leg out in front with the knee bent. The other leg comes out behind us. Our arm with the leg in front is going to come out diagonal. We're just going to reach the hand up. Look at that hand. Take a nice deep breath in and nice big exhale. You're going to get a huge stretch across your whole torso as well as your hip. And then we're going to come on up and we're going to stretch out the fascia. This is a very nice torso stretch, but we're also working to stretch out the hips. And let's do it again. Nice deep breath in. Come on down. Bring that arm up and reach up and over. We're going to do one more on this side because they feel amazing. And big stretch and up and over. And all we're going to do now is switch which leg is in front and which leg is behind and which arm we're leaning on. So the arm comes diagonally out from your shoulder. Legs are staggered. And reach your arm up. Look at that hand. Follow that hand right through your face, all the way under your arm. And get that nice back and hip stretch. And lean up and try to reach up and over. And again, inhale. Come on through. Exhale as you come down. And come up and over. And one more. Inhale, come on through. And come up and over. So today we are going to be starting on our forearms and knees. We're going to start with some nice basic glute work to get all the glutes active. Remember, we have a gluteus medius, maximus, and minimus. And all of those muscles help to support your low back as well as hip strength and stability. So we're going to start on one leg. We're just going to keep that knee bent. We're going to press it up to the ceiling, bring it back down to the knee, and reach it out to the side. We're going to do 10 of these, up, down, and out. And up for 3. And out. Try to keep your neck relaxed best you can. If it feels more comfortable, you can come up, down, and out if it's bothering your neck at all. I prefer to stay down. And this is 6. Haven't lost count yet. And 7. Always want to make sure that you're not holding your breath during your workouts. And 8, checking to see that those shoulders are staying away from the ears. 9, one more for 10, and open. Now we're going to bring that leg up, and we're going to flex the foot, keeping that nice and high. We're going to do tiny little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switch legs. So we're going to go up, down, and all the way out to the side. And we have 10 of these. This is 2. I like to keep a nice slow pace, so it's very intentional and your mind has time to connect in with your muscles. So you're not just swinging that leg around, but actually activating and connecting in with those muscles. And 4. Again, trying to keep the neck and shoulders nice and loose. 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9, breathing, and 10, and out. Now we're going to switch back the other leg for my favorite one. We're going to come up onto our hands, our straight arms this time, and we're going to do what I is one of my favorites. I love this one. It's always in all of my workouts, especially after I run. It's my double hip stretch. So we're going to take the first leg. We're going to cross it all the way back behind. You're going to go into pretty much a pigeon, which I call a flamingo because what pigeon stands on one leg? Bring that knee up to your waist and extend that foot out from the hip. And again, cross on back and come up for 2. It's a lot of strength through that supporting hip and then a lot of stretching through the extending leg. That was 3. And 4. And 5. And I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter. And last one on this side, we're just going to do 6 and up. All right, and bring that leg down, go back to the second leg. Again, step that leg back and across. You're going into a pigeon stretch. Bring that knee up to your waist and extend to the side for 6. And come on down. And 5. You also get to incorporate your abs in this move because you have to use your abs to bring that knee to your side. 3. And your leg might not go as high as mine, but I do this several times a week, so I should be getting my leg pretty high. And this is 2. And we just have 1 more. And 1. Now we're going to come down onto our side. We're going to go with the first leg that we started with. We're going to line ourselves up to the back of our mat. You can lay your head on your arm if that's more comfortable, or you can prop your head up onto your elbow. Our back is close to the back of the mat. Our feet go about 45 degrees in front. And we're going to start off with one of my staples, the side leg bicycles. You can keep your hand in front for balance, but remember, it's not a doer, it's a helper. So it's not going to be active. It's just going to be passively helping us out. We're going to raise that leg hip height. We're going to flex it all the way up as far as we can with a straight knee. Bend the knee and reach that leg behind. And again, we're going to come up, around, and back. And we're trying to keep the core as active as possible so we're not swaying back and forth through our low back, but really utilizing the mobility of the hip here. And this is 4 and 5. Let's do 6. And then we're going to reverse direction. So pull that foot back to your glute. Try to keep those abs active. And then bring it through and extend to a straight knee for 6. Again, your hand is fine here. If you want more of a challenge, you can keep it here. You can keep it behind your head. And 5. But if you feel like you're a little bit too unstable, it's best to keep your hand here just to help out. That's 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more. These are nice and slow and intentional. And last one. Now we're going to bring those legs together, the feet together. Bring your knees up towards your navel. Bring your toes up off the mat. And we're going to do high toe clamshells. So we're going to open that hip as far as we can without falling backwards and bring it down. We're going to do 10 of these. Again, it's fine to have your hand here to help you or challenge yourself with your core stability. This is 3. Got to keep those toes up, heels apart. 4 and 5. Really working on how far you can open up that hip while keeping the toes together. And 6 and 7 and 8. 2 more of these. And 9. And last one, 10. Hold it open for 3, 2, 1. You should really feel this in the outside of your hip. Bring your legs down. Straighten your feet back out to the front corner of your mat. Back is still towards the back of your mat. We're going to raise that top leg up, and we're going to do adductor raises. So definitely keep your hand here so you don't fall over. Unless you're more advanced, you can hold it up and bring that bottom leg up to meet it for 1, 2. We're really working on not letting that bottom leg fall back to the mat. We're trying to keep it constantly active. And 3. And 4. And 5. We're going to do 10 of these as well. 6 with a hold at the end, just so you know what's coming. 7. And 8. Again, trying to keep the same pace up and down with that leg. 9. We're going to hold it up for 10 and hold together for 3, 2, and 1. And bring both legs down. One more to go on this leg before we switch sides. My favorite, big leg circles. We're going to go ahead and bring that leg all the way up towards our face. Straight knee, straight knee, straight knee. Bring it up towards the ceiling and then roll through that hip. So you're going to do your best to keep your hips stacked, which means facing forward and not letting them fall back. And we're going to come up, big slow circles, utilizing that entire ball and socket joint of your hip. We often forget it's a ball and socket. We're going to do 5, switch 5 of these. That's 4, 1 more in this direction. Then we're going to reverse our direction, really working hard to lengthen out from that ankle, pulling that hip nice and long. Now we reverse. So bring that leg back without falling backwards. Raise it up, roll through that hip socket. It should be challenging. If it's too easy, slow it down and lengthen out that leg. And 4. I exaggerate my breathing to remind you to breathe. I can't actually breathe for you. 3, and 2, and 1 more. And we're going to switch the other leg. I like to come up and I like to give it a little stretch in between sides because it might be a little bit asking for it. If this stretch is too big, you're always welcome to straighten out the bottom leg and twist and get that nice stretch. If you want a bigger stretch, you can try and stack your knees. Take a nice deep breath in and just try to relax the body into the mat. Never hold your breath while you're working out. It's always good for deep breathing while we're exercising. It moves the blood and nutrients and oxygen through your muscles. And that's enough of a break. Let's switch our feet to the other side of our mat. Again, come on down. Line yourself up with the back of your mat. Feet come about 45 degrees in front towards the front corner of your mat. Hand is your helper, not your doer. Raise that leg up. We're going to do bicycles to start. So flex that leg up, bend, and around. Again, these are nice and slow and intentional. I want you to hit that straight leg each time we come up to your face. That's 3. And so before you bend that knee, get that leg nice and straight for 4. And 5. 1 more. And then we're going to reverse them. So bring that heel to your glutes and then bring it using your core muscles to straighten that knee in front. These are great for stabilizing your knee joints as well as elongating your hamstrings and stretching out your quads. I believe we have 3 more. Trying to keep that core active, trying to not move through that low back. And 2. Pardon me. And last one. Bring those feet on top of each other. We're going to bend those knees up to your belly button or abs. Bring those toes up high and high toe knee clamshells. So really not flying through these, pushing it. So we're activating all those glute and hip muscles. These are great for low back and hip stabilization. And 3 and 4. We got 10 of these with a hold. And 5 and 6 and 7. And if you're going really fast, it's probably not working, so just slow it down. 8, 9, and last one, hold for 3, really pushing your extent of your range of motion and bring them down. We're going to straighten those legs back out, bringing the feet towards the front corner of the mat. Again, hand can be your helper, not your doer. We're doing our adductor leg raises. So I suggest keeping your hand there, raising that leg up to wherever you can get it. It can be low, wherever you're starting, and bring that bottom leg up. Both knees are straight, and we're not letting that bottom leg touch in between. We're lowering it right before it touches the mat. That's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. We're going to do 10 with a hold. 7 and 8 and 9. Ready for that hold. Hold them up for 3 and 2 and last one, and bring them down. Next are our big leg circles. We can do this. Raise that leg hip height. Bring it all the way up as far as you can towards your face, keeping that knee extended. Feel like you're using the ankle to pull the leg out of your hip socket. Roll through that hip. Again, trying to keep the core active so we don't swerve around and roll around. 2 and 3. Roll through the hip. We're doing 5, switch 5 and 4. Just a little check. Make sure that shoulder's not in your side of your ear. And 5. Bring it down, and then let's reverse. We're up and around for 5 and 4. We're almost there. Short and sweet, but very effective. And 3. Try to keep my pace. I do everything slow, so it's more intentional. Again, so your brain can connect into the body. 2, 1 more, and last one, all the way up and around. There is a short, brief, but yet very effective side legs and glute series. Let's go ahead and get that stretch in. Try to stack your knees, one knee on top of the other if you can. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't want to release, but I want you to use your breath. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Relax the shoulders. Try to relax down into those hips. One more time. And again, if that's too intense of a stretch, feel free to cross the top leg over and twist towards it. Again, using the breath. And then let's just come into a nice butterfly stretch and open up the hips slightly. And one last thing I'm going to ask for your stretching is a straddle, because people forget to straddle, but they're so useful so you do not get groin and adductor injuries if you slip one leg out ever. In so many sports that can happen. Believe me, it's happened in surfing. I've heard of it happening at wedding dance parties. So let's go into our straddle wherever you can get. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring one arm up and over. And wherever you can get to, that's fine. It doesn't matter as long as you're trying. You got to start somewhere. It's not where you start, it's where you end. Other side, inhale, up and over. And one more. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Reach both arms up. Big inhale and slowly exhale. Remember, it's fine if this is where you're at. That's fine as long as you are starting somewhere. Because you'll never improve if you don't begin. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found that helpful, concise, and effective.